Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and a warm welcome to this week's Walking Wednesday. Sorry if I seem like I'm weirdly looking at the camera. It's because at one point it had, when I was recording before to test this out, it had enough resolution to actually get me 41 minutes of film. Or not enough, there's just enough memory. I was thinking maybe the resolution itself is the issue, and that's why this doesn't appear to work in that way. I don't know, because I was holding it in portrait before. I guess that means more YouTube shorts for me. And yeah, that's something that I could actually get back into, possibly, because Pixel Month is over. And yeah, we're not going to halt production of that. Well, at least recording wise anyway, we're not going to halt the recordings of it, but what we are going to do is we're going to limit our we're going to limit the upload schedule, or maybe not even have a schedule. I mean, Aiden said that it might be good to do it like a bi-weekly thing or something, but even that, to be honest, I'm not so keen on. Because yeah, when I get into editing those videos, because I'm so used to the daily cycle, I just end up staying up late until they're finished. And I have so many other videos that I've got to stay up late and finish. Plenty of reviews that I've promised to do. Did I just get stung? I think something stung me. Yeah, no, definitely feel like I've been stung. Okay, gonna walk that off now. That's the best advice, isn't it? Just walk it off. Medical tips with Jacob 101. Anywho, don't know when that happened. Right. Completely threw me off my rhythm there. Oh yeah. So I don't know, because I promised a bunch of reviews. Like for example, Adam Code Purple Remastered. Let's just. I don't know if people have seen my streams, but I've talked about that, and that's one that actually I've had requested to me to review, rather than me just going out and searching for something that either mildly connects to my voice acting career, like there's the case of VA Academy, which I also said I was going to review, but yeah, someone actually came to me and said, "Oh yeah, go ahead and take a look at this." And then I recognized there's the creator of it, who was credited in the description actually, because it was on a different channel, and then they got a little bit embarrassed. But again, no matter. I'm kind of thinking now that the way I'm going to approach that particular video is that creator actually said that they were trying to, they were considering doing yet another version of it with their own art, and because they don't want to be just associated with being a gacha kid or something. Which again, you know, I personally take no issue with, obviously. Everyone knows my stance on that. But yeah, I guess it was also because even in that remastered version, apparently there's actually some things that they're not happy with. I'm sort of take a look. It's kind of like the Guardians review. I remember that I mentioned that a while ago. Ow, 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 ow. Gotta take a look at that sting later. It hit me right in the buttock. Yeah. There's TMI there. Make for a good title though. Anywho, what was I saying? Yeah, it's like with the Guardians review, because Prism of Voices actually commented that on the first review, that because I think, did I post the first review? I can't remember what reviews I posted nowadays actually. as there are so darn many and they take so darn long. Yeah, so Prisma Voices commented saying that they actually don't like the first 5 episodes, and to eventually and that episode 6 on is where it gets good, which is some fine information, obviously. But I'm still going to watch the whole thing because, again, I want to see the progression and evolution. In the case of, like I was saying before, in the case of Adam Code Purple Remastered, if it's going to have another version anyway, after this one finishes, then potentially what I can seek to do this time is actually say, oh, well, maybe if you're going to go in this direction, then see how you can be happier with this new remastered version, rather than just keep going around the same vicious cycle of repeating it over and over until you're happy. Because that is the trap that some people fall into sometimes. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can understand one reboot of something. I mean, especially since I was actually around for the discussions that Shorty-chan had for doing reboots of Taming the Bad Boy. In fact, I was the one who was actually saying, oh yeah, keep it so it's somewhat recognizable, but just fizzle out the parts that you don't like. Which I soon found out to be most of it, but there you go. I think weirdly enough, that review series, even though I tore it to shreds, I've ended up defending it way more than I have done any attacks of it. It's a strange situation. But yeah, I always strive to be balanced. Like, if I see something that's good in amongst something that is objectively bad, then I'm going to say so, and vice versa. Which is interesting, because since today, for My Street 5 years later, we're going to be looking at my favorite episode of My Street of all time, which means that I'm probably going to be saying a lot of good. I'll still say if I think that something is bad, but I can already picture some of the conversations that are going to happen. I can imagine that, who knows, I mean, maybe Ghosty might be there today, because I've been talking to Ghosty. I think we're going to see some of the issues that Ghosty has with Phoenix Drop High Season 2 come out, if she's actually there. Aiden will talk about Kai. Monet will talk about AFMAO as a whole and the fanfic inspiration and the rise and fall of that community and such. But yeah, that's what I imagine is going to happen so far. But who knows? And I'm probably going to be just an emotional mess defending the heck out of it, with justified reason, obviously. I mean, who do you take me for? Of course. But yeah, I don't know. That's what I think so far. Don't really know. But yeah. So what has been going on for this week? Well, Pixel Month concluded, obviously, so I've been doing some editing for that. I also actually, I suppose, cat's out of the bag thanks to our good old pal Josh breaking his no spoiler agreement with me from a previous stream, because he actually found out that I made a mistake, meaning that I was supposed to put the Puppy Love next video onto Unlisted so people can see it. But because I reused the details from the first episode, it put it in the playlist, which I wasn't expecting somebody to actually check out. I mean, it's been 11 months since an installment. But there you go. Apparently Josh found it. I think I only discovered Puppy Love recently because we talked about it. I think I mentioned something to do with gay gacha characters at some point. I don't recall exactly when. But yeah. Not sure. But yeah, as far as Puppy Love goes, I guess I can talk about that now, because we're only really waiting to solve a thumbnail discussion that I actually sort of brought upon myself and sort of happened with Mimi as well, where actually I thought was she took what I think was supposed to be the thumbnail of the episode and put it in the as a caption in part of it. You'll see where, because I'm not moving it. That's staying in. That was supposed to be the thumbnail as well, so I actually asked Quadzy to work on one. So I'm wondering when exactly that's. I'm wondering how exactly that's going to go down. Yeah, not really sure. So yeah, that's what I've been thinking of, and that video in particular, there was it took a while longer. I got sent that at the beginning of the week, I think. I could have put it out before, but the thing is, it was missing a few camera angles, well, at least variation of them anyway, because it was mostly one thing that I don't particularly like sometimes in gachas is shots that are held on for too long. I know that's a very Stanley Kubrick technique, but yeah, when you see it in every gacha ever, it's I started to think, well, let's vary it up. Again, kind of we've had lots of conversations about this inspiration with Aphmau recently in the writers' room and in the and in stream, particularly with Monet actually. But yeah, one thing that I did actually get inspired by Aphmau, which he did at Gacha Parodies, was those different variations of camera angles and such, making it seem, much more dynamic, even on a 2D plane. Because that's the big issue actually, is like making the characters pop out against their environment. And that's something, especially in 2019 Gacha, that I was not present. So yeah, it's not just the case of zooming in the characters. It's also making it. It's also making them stand out and making them, different and dynamic. But yeah, so there was a little bit of that, but also mainly there was like bits of stuff missing for like a text section that I had to reconstruct because it was once again I didn't read the script, and I had to I had to like display the text on screen, which was part of it, stuff like that. And well, I already knew I had to do like music and sound, which actually was the only reason it didn't actually come out on the Shorty-chan channel a while ago, and yet that was a delay of several months again. So yeah, we've sorted it out now. We've decided that I've decided that I'm completely taking over the project again. I don't even know if I'm going to send Shorty any sort of editing to it whatsoever. I can't afford to be waiting 11 months every time one of these wants to come out. I mean, we pitched the project and auditioned it in 2019. I'm not even in contact with some of the VAs that are in it anymore. Even though that's actually how I met a certain amount of people, actually. Including Quadzy, in fact. So, yeah. Like it's obviously Pride Month is coming up soon, so I want to do something for that too, obviously. I could have waited for this episode, but I don't want to get in the situation where it's like, oh yeah, every year in June I'm gonna be doing that, because that will take 8 years. I don't want to be posting one episode a year, which is why I've also been working on Alpha Academy, because that so far has been more of a 2 episode a year process. And also I've been compiling lines for the Mutant Girl movie. So I've got 4 scenes done, because that's as far as I can proceed right now in Act 1. So I think that's basically I think if I remember in total, there's 12 scenes of Act 1, 6 in Act 2. There's not even a 3-act structure script, the split, and 3 in Act 3. So that's 21 in total. So yeah, not exactly ideal, but it's something. So yeah, I've got about I've got just under a fifth of the movie I can work on right now, which is why I've been doing other stuff as well in the meantime, because honestly it's all about catching up right now. I've stayed up here deliberately, partly because the graduation ball is going to be up here, but also because well, I have resources here that I need to use for some certain stuff, and also because I just need to catch up. And that's what I've been slowly doing. Reviews, actual gacha projects, etc. I also have to think about what I said before about splitting up the channels, because I do still want to do that. I have actually thought of something that I should run by everyone here actually. Since I said that Alpha Witch Academy would eventually have dubs to it, would that be something that maybe I could put on the More Gacha from Jacob channel? So I'm not migrating the entire series again, but I am still taking part of it and, you know, proceeding to place it somewhere else. And hopefully actually have it gain some traction, you know, third time lucky. I don't really know. I just start thinking about doing more YouTube shorts again on there, because that seemed to work for a period of time. And the musical happened, so I had to abandon that project again. I mean, considering that I want to actually, you know, work for a year and take a break from education, it also means that I sorry, I thought there was a car coming. There isn't. Yeah, it does mean that I'll be around for a while, and I at least have some time to give myself some bit of hope. I'm more than halfway there in terms of watch hours right now to get monetized, but that's the bare minimum. Like, I can live off the minimal channel monetization that I would get. Plus, then I would start, you know, fulfilling my promise that I made in 2019 and start paying my voice actors and editors and such for everything they've done. Because if I'm earning money from the videos that they've worked on, then so should they. That's that was my mentality. Because I couldn't afford to be, you know, splashing out all the time. But I can in fact do it if I'm actually receiving some stuff as well. So yeah. That's what's happening. But yeah, also again, I want to see how far stuff gets taken off. I've been slowly also working on more what ifs. I mean, ArtDroid29 has mentioned how there's a new Dragon Ball OC recently, and that's true. Her name is Giricho. Yeah, I'm working on obviously the more whatever that's a Nappa tone good. Just seeing how I can actually, you know, revive that part of the Butter Bunch, and, you know, get it to start gaining traction again like it once did. I don't particularly know. So yeah, we'll see. It's worth finding out if I still have a chance with that or not. Because if there's any place that I was, you know, consistently uploading and stuff before, I had to focus on the main channel, because I had to place my hopes somewhere. It was there. So I'm gonna get back to it. Maybe I should start like training people up to, you know, how to edit those videos as well. But then again, Aiden is so very busy, so he would probably offer in a second, but he talked about how he didn't post on his own channel all the time. That's another project again, Minecraft Adventures, catch up and stuff. Need to do more sessions. Got one more episode of both Pixelmon and that. So yeah, we'll have to see. But yeah, for now I'm going to leave it so I don't end up with a second recording again. I'm about halfway through my memory storage space in here. So we'll leave it for right now. I've been trying to relax as well. Yes, absolutely, but hasn't entirely been working. I will be returning home soon, probably after the ball. But yeah, I've still got plenty more to do up here. So to my family, I'm sorry, but I will see you soon. And on that note, please leave a like or dislike, because your opinion matters, and subscribe to us already. And on that note, Also, I had my 6-month anniversary this week, well, 6-month men's anniversary, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, once again, thank you for 6 months, Ernie. And on that note, until next time, farewell.